We're recording, baby.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
Easy as that.
Yeah, that took forever. It was so enjoyable fucking up for 15 minutes straight, and that was fun to watch. Now it's going to be boring as shit on the.
I just feel like everything should just be in settings. Like, I hate when stuff tries to make stuff too easy.
Mm-hmm.
When it just should be a button in the top left that says settings, and it should just have everything you can do right there.
I mean, on your computer, there's a button that literally just says record. It's just different on the phones here because I don't think it's the way you're really supposed to be doing it. You know?
Yeah.
Just the internet on my fucking. I don't know why it's working with this. I'm using the same goddamn internet on this phone than I am with this computer. So
You're not using data?
What?
You're not using data?
No, I'm on the same internet.
What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense.
As you said, fuck, you lagged a little bit, so now I'm kind of like...
No, you're coming in pretty good.
Yeah, I just feel like this is going to go terrible in like 5 minutes.
Probably.
Sorry.
All right, guys.
What were you going to rant about?
I wasn't going to rant about anything. I was trying to say, first of all, I don't know shit about 5G. I was trying to get you to explain 5G, and then you said, okay, so 5G is the next generation of 4G or whatever the fuck, and then it's like, but they might be using different frequencies. So, and then you made the claim that like, oh, so if 5G happened to kill people, right, or fuck people up with the frequencies, 4G would as well. But I was like, I mean, if you're gonna be technical about it, that's not true because they're different waveforms, like different radiation, right? Technically.
Yeah, but I mean, you can I don't think they're that different that they have that much of an effect. I can look it up.
Yeah, I don't know jack about
it. So data.
I was just trying to say I'm not going to go on some rant about how Bill Gates is trying to fucking murder everyone and Obama's coming back to take over the world.
So it's like 800 megahertz, which I think is like a little bit more than radio.
Oh, man, megahertz must be painful.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
No, Dad.
It's actually just, it's when you get 1 million rental cars. That's what it is. It's a megahertz.
Oh,
nice. So I got the polo on. I got to do dad jokes.
I know. No, it's interesting. I would assume a lot of that stuff started same way the people that did the whole anti-vaxxer movement, where it's like they heard one person shout out a fact, and everybody's like, no!
Right? Well, the anti-vaccine people, like, okay, so vaccines are going to have some sort of shitty effect on like a percentage of the population, very small percentage. So they see one kid or one adult that got fucked up because their body sucks and they're meant to die. And now they're just like, oh, it happens to everybody. It's a conspiracy. It's like, no, that person sucks. I'm sorry. Evolution.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, and I'm never saying it's a good thing, but it's maybe kind of a pertinent thing even now to where it's like the sacrificing of life is never considered a good thing, but it's like vaccines protect all of us. And when you don't contribute, it doesn't help. Like, I don't know who said it. I want to say Christina P. She was like, it's like a circle jerk. Everyone has to participate for it to be fun.
It's true.
Is that true? The circle jerk part, not the
no, if you get jerked off and you don't have to jerk anyone off, you're still having fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but who wants to be the person that won't reach over and jerk you off? You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody.
Here's the thing. God gave you 2 hands and 1 dick, so you should jerk off twice as many people as are jerking off you.
Well, they gave Ashley 0 dicks.
Oh yeah, it's
I
right.
don't know. Might be why I'm single.
I think Ashley has more dicks than either of us, right? Or at least in the past. Has had. You see, yeah, you see what I'm doing.
You're like funny, like a funny man.
I'm trying. Someone has to be, man. But
Right.
no, I'm just kidding.
I would take a dick. Like,
What?
besides the obvious. I don't know. I would, yeah, for a day. For a day, I would try a dick on, see how it felt.
You can do that.
Stop it. Sorry, I have a cat.
What was that?
I'm sorry, my cat is like constantly knocking things over, stealing jewelry. It's been a tough quarantine. So.
Fucking jewel feet.
I've never heard someone describe a cat's personality and not them just absolutely rip into the cat. Like no one's ever like, oh, this cat's so sweet. It's always like they're an asshole.
It's really bad.
If they weren't a cat, I would hate them. If they're literally anything else.
It's so bad. I have to lock my bathroom door at night and sometimes my bedroom because at 5 a.m, jewelry starts to go missing, letting me know that I like need to go down and feed them, and they'll eat the toilet paper. So I have to lock the bathroom.
I've heard that one a lot.
Your cats just always take jewelry?
Yes.
How do they know the value of jewelry?
Is it gold? Is it gold?
No, it's like Avon, like $12.99.
I don't know what Avon is.
What is Avon?
Yeah.
You don't know what Avon is? It's like Mary Kay. Do you know what that is?
It sounds like avian,
Not
so
really.
maybe they think it's birds.
I've never bought jewelry. Brian, have you ever bought jewelry? Do you have any like rings?
Yeah. No, I bought jewelry for my girlfriend this Christmas and she hated it.
That's right. I have bought it for girlfriends, but I don't really count that.
I need to hear about this. You bought jewelry for your girlfriend and she didn't like it?
She pretended like she liked it. And then like a month later, she was like, hey, remember that bullshit you bought? And I was like, you mean the shit that you love? She goes, like, you really think I'm going to wear that? She didn't say it so mean, but that's basically what she meant.
So wait, you mean she didn't talk to you the way you talk to other people?
No, she was real nice about it.
I'm so sorry. What'd you get her? Like, do you remember specifically?
Some cool ass shit. I got
Give
her.
it to me.
There was one thing. It just happened to be gold. Apparently, she doesn't like gold, but they're big. They're like leaves, right? That go on your ears. They're earrings. And then
were they actual leaves?
I just picked them up off the ground.
You put a pipe cleaner through a leaf like you saw in like some Etsy video?
yeah, real romantic. There was like gold leaves, right? And
was it gold?
Cool. They had some amber in them, and then there's a necklace that went around it which was a red leaf. And she was like she was like, oh my God, like, thank you so much. And in the back of her head, she's like, for this shitty piece of shit gift, you never pay attention to me, you sack of shit. Like, she never wears gold, and I just got her all gold.
I mean, that happens. I get that. I am more of a white gold or a silver person, so I get that.
I would never get mad at someone giving me gold. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
I was gonna say, Ryan, you should have told her, like, the recession's coming. We gotta trade that shit.
I don't really like diamonds that much. I'm more of an amethyst. Like, shut the fuck up. It's gold.
I got her. Go ahead.
I saw Erykah Badu, the musician, got an opal grill the other day. Put in her mouth.
I don't know any of this. What was the word before grill?
Opal,
like the type of stone. I think it's like very like white blue sort of.
It's like white and then like rainbow colored, like in like different lights. Dude, opals are sick.
How do women and then apparently now Parker always know stones?
I'm huge into gems, dude. I love fucking gems.
You just never got over Pokemon?
What gems are Pokemon? Are you talking about the badges?
Yeah. And that got you on your whole little I'm trying here. Trying to be funny.
No,
Fair
I don't
enough.
know what it is. Girls like shiny shit.
Yeah.
We're like goblins. We're like J.R.R. Tolkien characters. We're like, oh, it's treasure.
Like
I would love
goblins.
to have some treasure. Wouldn't you love to have like a chest full of like gold cups and like rings and shit?
I do
No.
have a chest filled with treasure. Bow.
Nice.
Ah. Yeah.
She just shot herself in the face.
No, yeah. I would love a man to give me jewelry. I've never had a man giving me like real jewelry. I've had a man forget to give me a present and be like, I got this at CVS on clearance. It's like, I hate you. I want real jewelry.
I hate giving gifts.
I like it.
People like giving gifts.
Even my best jewelry is my ring, and I took that off my aunt's corpse. So,
Jesus
Like-
Christ.
Go into this. Fresh corpse?
oh, fresh corpse?
Or was it at the
No.
was it at the funeral you just kind of snuck it over when no one was looking? Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it had been a couple days, and I'm like, she ain't gonna use it.
Shit.
gotta spit on the finger. It's pretty, the rigor mortis really get the joints tight. Just gotta.
Just last in line at the viewing, like I'm getting this shit.
This is kind of, bear with me. I know it's weird, but so when my aunt died, it was super unexpected and it was very traumatic. So I get there, I'm trying to deal with everything, get everything set up, arrangements made, and I realized the day of the funeral that I packed. It was all within a couple days. I didn't pack enough underwear. And I was like, oh my God, I can't not wear underwear to her funeral. That's just distasteful. I'm trying to figure out what to do. And like out of the corner of my eye, her bedroom door was open. And I was like,
No.
Did you wear your aunt's? Did you wear your dead aunt's
Jeez.
panties?
so look. Like, it was a brand new pack. Like God told her that she needed to buy new underwear. So there it was on her bed, never opened. And I was like, well, she's a big gal, a little bit bigger than me, but panties are panties. I can't not do this. And there was a black pair. It's like, well, that's fitting because I'm in mourning. So I put them on. I go to the funeral, and as she's being lowered into the ground, I'm with just my parents and my sisters, and I start laughing uncontrollably, and my parents are like, why are you laughing? And I go, I'm wearing her underwear, and I pulled down the side of my pants and snapped them.
Oh!
And my sister goes, it's what she would have wanted. And I was like, damn straight, these are comfy.
That day.
Did you take the rest of them?
Yes.
Yeah, I fucking knew it. Fucking knew it.
That's hilarious.
I say, I get a lot of use out of them. I use them as period panties when my body turns into a lava lamp, and it's just, goop goes from one end to the other.
Speaking of period panties, this advertisement keeps coming up on mine and my girlfriend's Facebook. I don't know why it keeps coming up on mine. She shared it on mine one time. Now they think I need period panties. But so what it is, it's just like regular panties, but the pad
Thinks, isn't it?
Huh?
Is it Thinks panties?
I don't know what the fuck it's called, but it's disgusting.
I want a pair.
It's literally, you're going to buy one? Okay, so how do you think about this?
Sure.
I think it's disgusting. So you're just going to bleed in your panties all day and then walk around in the blood? I understand a pad's probably the same thing, right? But it just seems way worse.
No, it is essentially like a pad. It does the same thing. The reason I get excited about it is specifically two reasons. One, I unfortunately am blessed with a very healthy uterus, and that thing bleeds like I've been stabbed in the puss.
Jesus Christ.
It's terrible. You guys, I look, like my sheets, these are black. I bought black sheets. Okay? I bought black sheets because no matter what I'm wearing, no matter how big the tampon, 8 hours of sleep, I'll bleed out.
Why don't you get red sheets?
Because blood is normally coming out of your vagina. It's so much and it's so heavy. You in the medical field, I'm sure you know that it's not like bright red. It's like black and it's dark red and it's like ugly.
Maybe you're just under oxygenated. Maybe you have sleep apnea and you're like dying in the middle of in the night, and then all of a sudden you blood out. All of a sudden your blood's not oxygenated.
This is such a calming thought to know that I could die in my sleep.
Sleep apnea is terrifying.
While also having my period, and my family could come in and go, "Oh my God, like what happened? She's dead, and there's blood on this bed."
What if then so you die like that because you wore your aunt's panties, and then your sister, to commemorate the tradition, wears your panties, and then she dies horribly, and it just keeps going.
The Sisterhood of the Traveling Panties.
Yeah.
But with death.
What was that movie back in the day where death was coming back to people because they got off the airplane?
Final Destination.
Oh.
Yes.
It'll be like the final period.
Yes.
Oh my God! And just like with birth control, you're like, you can skip a period, but you can't avoid it forever.
We just made a promo.
Final Destination Code Red. That's what it'd be called.
Nice. Oh God. Okay, we'll start working on that script this Wednesday.
I am currently very much in that mindset right now. No, but so the other thing about the thinks though, like, so the point is they're a nice backup when you can't help it. But also, given the current state of our economy, I would love to have some just in case I can't get tampons. I have friends in England that said they aren't getting anything in or out of London, and they're out of tampons.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What do you do when you run out of tampons?
That's a great question.
UTIs?
No. Do you?
Can you cauterize it like a wound?
Do you guys know where babies come from? No, I mean.
No.
How many SpongeBob SquarePants Band-Aids would it take for one period?
Oh, dude, like 17.
17?
That's so specific.
I'm telling you right now, I probably more.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot more. I have to use super jumbo tampons, not because I have a big puss. I will have you know, she is petite and tiny. But no, I bleed like a stuck pig. Like it's terrible. Yeah.
Dude,
I'm so glad I'm not a fucking woman, dog.
I was just thinking that,
I would
dude.
kill myself if I bled everywhere. Oh,
awful.
Jesus Christ.
It's horrible. Because, like, if you sneeze while you're on your period, sometimes you go, oh, I think I just
Oh, my God.
A blood clot.
Christ.
It's horrible. Yeah, you can't laugh too hard. Like,
you can't laugh too hard?
Yeah.
Is that why women don't laugh at my jokes? Because they're on their period. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll start calling that out.
They're perpetually on their period for you. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Something about you, Parker, just makes my uterine lining pull away.
Die. It just makes it die.
Yes. But it makes it ready for some new life. You know what I'm saying? Just I'm so lonely. No, it's it's terrible being a woman. It's gross. your boobs hurt, you get migraines, you're hungry more than usual, you ruin your good underwear, your good sheets.
It's time for that thingamabob up in you. What is it? The not IUD, is it?
It is IUD.
Yeah. I was
Were
told
you gonna say UTI?
I was about to. It's time for the UTI. Plug it up. Ain't
UTI,
nothing
baby.
No.
Yeah.
UTIs
up.
affect your urethra, where you
Yes.
pee from, but you don't pee technically out of your vagina.
I know.
I'm so confused. I'm
you
so
guys
confused
gotta-
now.
You guys got an inner penis.
Inner penis.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I imagine it just drapes into the vagina, then kind of sprinkles out. That's why y'all gotta wipe.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody the other day made a comment, I think it was like to one of my friends, something snotty. It's a guy who was like to a girl, like, why do you need so much toilet paper? And I was like, dude, we have to wipe, I would say twice as much as you guys do. Like, you just do it really for shits, but like every time we go, we have to. So like
Yeah.
we're going through more.
I
And
do like
if we shit like monsters like you guys do,
First
Yeah.
of all, I have pretty clean shits. Got a lot of fiber.
I kind of believe that.
Yep, a
What
lot of
about you,
fiber.
Parker? You look
No.
like you take lumberjack shit.
No, I'm pretty dehydrated, so I mostly have deer poops, to be honest. Just because I'm dehydrated all the time.
I'm
Not
It's
anymore.
really nice.
angry and jealous.
Well, no, you just have to not drink water.
Well, I have horrific IBS, so like mine look like an F5 tornado came through the town and just demolished everything.
The only time I get that is if I eat too much Chipotle.
That's
It doesn't
like-
matter what it is.
Sometimes I can like feel it on the way out, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Sometimes
the
I'm like,
worst
oh,
part.
cool. Like, I might grow a tail this time. Solid. And then other times, it's like someone broke a dam.
I was just thinking about this today.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever used a bidet?
Yes.
At Bob's house.
Yeah. So isn't your like ass crack still wet after you use a bidet?
You wipe.
Yeah. So you still have to wipe.
Yeah, but you lose a whole lot less.
Yes.
Okay.
Also,
But you still have to wipe.
well,
Yes.
also,
Well, you don't
if
have to.
But then you're. Then you'd have like swamp ass though, right?
Correct.
if you get one of the really nice ones, it has a blow dryer on it, and it'll
No, it doesn't.
blow. Yes, it'll blow your ass dry, and I'm like,
I would never leave the toilet.
oh, I know.
I would find a way to work from home and get a maid.
Oh yeah. I wanted one, and then the economy is collapsing, and they're like $700, and I'm like, okay, well, never mind.
I used the one at Bob Holden's house, and it was a little too powerful.
It was exciting.
It's too powerful.
Yeah.
How is a bidet too powerful? Did it power wash your fucking asshole?
It
The
was
water
kind of like
pressure.
It was kind of like he was fracking your asshole.
Yeah. You I mean, you get used to it, but I mean, the first time it happens, it's not okay.
Yeah.
But like,
It's not.
is it just like how big is the stream?
I'd
You
say
can
the
adjust.
size of your finger.
So you kind of got to move your butt up and down to get everywhere.
Eh,
No, you just
I
put
feel
a
like it's
laser
pretty good
sight
at
on it.
aiming. Generally,
doesn't aim.
everybody's got the same area of butthole.
Ah,
No?
seen a lot of buttholes. I don't know about that. See buttholes 3 days a week at work.
Oh.
Oh God.
What? They do. They're different. There's variation.
Are they like snowflakes?
No
yeah.
two buttholes are exactly alike.
I think it winked at me.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
oh no.
Be like, ma'am, you have a beautiful brown starfish.
Oh no.
Oh my.
Oh no.
Ron, what do
Yeah.
you think about all this coronavirus government oversight?
I'm dude, I'm so back and forth on it because I know how serious the illness is. And so I hate the government like a lot, but I also know that people like this is gonna kill a lot of people if they don't stay inside.
Yeah.
I just went to Home Depot today, man. No one's staying the fuck inside. They're
Yeah.
and it's all old people going out.
Why is Home Depot open? Like, I really need a new deck right now.
People are bored.
That's essential.
Dude, old people are going to kill themselves if they don't go to Home Depot. I'm telling you right now, they don't use the internet like we use it. They don't go on Netflix. They don't go on Facebook. They're just at home staring at a fucking wall. They're like, I'm going to build a new roof.
Well, here's the thing. Ryan is right, but also the reason they stay open is because, God forbid, you had a plumbing issue. You had something happen at your house. You can always go to a place like that and get tools to fix it yourself.
Right.
But no, Ryan's right. I can tell you that my parents, though they take precautions, my mom has been so bored every day. She comes into the room and she's like, I found another wall to paint. She goes to Lowe's and she comes back with another bucket of paint. And I was like, okay.
She's literally watching paint dry.
She's so...
They don't have any friends. Old people don't have friends.
It's weird to me. I don't get it.
They're alone.
I know. Some days with them are good. Like some days we're all like super loving and supportive and have nothing but nice things to say. And then like maybe once every 2 weeks, I'll be in the middle of a conference call and thankfully the mic will be muted and I'll hear, Jesus Christ, if I have to keep looking at your face, I'll fucking kill myself. I hate you.
Like, your mom says that to you?
No.
Oh, your dad. Jesus.
So it'll be like fine for 2 weeks, and then it'll be like, if I have to keep looking at your fat fucking face all day. And I'm like, oh, maybe I don't want to get married.
No. Marriage, it seems like marriage makes you hate the person you marry.
It does.
Just almost always. Well, can you imagine having to spend that much time with somebody?
It's awful.
And, like, you have to.
Yeah.
And you have to live with them.
Dude, I told my girlfriend, and she's mad at me because I told her this. I was like, I only need to see you.
Your girlfriend's always mad at you.
But I'm super charming, so then she immediately becomes not mad at me. Because I'll explain.
You've never been like, yo, me and my girlfriend, we're in a great place right now. It's always like, yeah, I bought the wrong fast food today, so my girlfriend hates me now.
No, we're fine. But she, what was I saying?
About living together and like marriage.
You said she got mad at you about something?
Yeah, I was like, because we were just talking, and you know how I do. I just kind of say shit without thinking. And I was been picking up a lot of shifts recently, working at the hospital. So it's like 4 days a week. I got 3 days.
Wait, hospitals are busy right now?
Yeah, mine is. A lot of the other ones, it hasn't really hit Maryland yet. So a lot of the ones aren't really hidden, but we keep getting more and more people confirmed each and every day. Yeah. And it feels like in the next 2 weeks, it should be hitting the rest of the hospitals. But it's bad. I kind of agree with Hogan when it comes to people opening everything back up. You want to go 2 weeks where it's consistently the infection rate is dropping.
Yeah.
Right.
That makes sense because it seems like you're getting a hold of it. But the problem is the second that we open up again, the thing's going to skyrocket right back up whenever the fuck we do. I mean, that's what happened with most coronaviruses in the past. So, I mean, we're gonna be here for a bit, it's going to start going down. And the second we open up, it's going to skyrocket again and probably be higher than the first one. And then what are we going to do then? Are we going to just shut down everything all over again, or what the fuck? Because so many people are going out. Like, I don't know if that's going to go well. Just seeing how things are going right now.
I heard, or I didn't hear. I read that like you can go back and look at all the articles on it, but like the projections for coronavirus were like way higher, at least in the U.S., than they're thinking it's actually going to be. And it's by like a factor of 2 or 3, which is kind of crazy. Like, I'm not like someone that says we should like open everything back up or anything, but like when the projection is, I think it was like 400,000 people at least, and now they're saying it might be 200,000.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's like they kind of fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you don't want that to happen next time, and you start to wonder, like, everyone's gonna say like you're choosing people's like jobs over their lives or something, but like it's
ridiculous.
There is like an amount of life loss that can be calculated when like the economy goes down, and people haven't realized it yet, but like so much shit is gonna go out of business. It's gonna be fucking insane. Like
JCPenney just announced they have 30 days.
They just didn't make a loan payment. They just told the bank they're like we can't pay this.
They have 30 days.
I think of all the small businesses that are closed that aren't going to open back up. Like, so many restaurants are just like, we're not coming back. You know what I mean? Like,
they're fucked.
It's over.
What they should have done is, I mean, granted, cities might be different. Like New York, there's so many people on top of one another. But around where we're from, or any like these rural areas, I mean, realistically, I think and this is coming from, I'm not a fucking professional at this. I just kind of work in the medical field and have a gist, an idea. But you should have just said, hey, old people, stay home because you're probably most likely going to die. If you got hypertension, you got diabetes, COPD, or like some other comorbidity, you stay home too. All right? Because then if you want to print out some checks for those fucks, it's not going to be as much money. It's going to be a lot of money, but it's not going to be nearly as much.
I still think they should have closed everything down, but I just think like it's kind of weird how no one's really talking about how wrong the projections are. You know what I mean?
Like, well, I mean that you got to vary into the point. The projections changed because everyone stayed in.
I think that. Yeah, I don't know how much that was included, but.
But I do have to agree that people who were most at risk that we identified should have done the voluntary shelter in place, and that the greater community could continue to care for, whether that's delivery of groceries, food, like Ryan said about the checks. But because of what we've done, we'll never financially recover from this. There's no way. The damage has been too great. And I might regret this, and Ryan, I might have to make you edit this out later, but I am so sick of people who are like, oh my God, more stimulus packages? Yay! And I'm like, where does that money come from? Do you not know how this works?
Yeah, and people don't think about that at all, which is the sad part. And me and Parker were talking about this a week ago or so, where it's like, printing up all this money and borrowing everything and doing all these bailouts would have been kind of chill at this point if we weren't already in so much fucking debt for the last 100 years of just being irresponsible as a country.
So much. I can't believe I can't get access to it, and I'm not going to call in any favors over it because it's not worth it. But I know that JP Morgan Chase and Citi have credit default swaps like a shit ton. And I can't find out who they have them on. But I'm like, that's bad. Because if they fuck that up, they will go under. And their position is huge. They're like two banks own 80%. That's those two own 80% of that. Like, if they go under, we either bail them out like we always do, or we're fucked.
That's what they'll do. And what should happen is we should be fucked, and then everything should kind of start all over. That's going to be terrible. There'll be riots in the street. A lot of people will die. but that's the only way to actually fix the whole process. And it's the thing that's going to happen eventually, probably in our lifetime, by the time we're like 50 or something.
Well, yeah, it also just so happened that for the past like 5 years, people have been saying there's going to be a recession. Like we had I forget what it is, but like an
2008.
inverted yield curve and stuff. And like coronavirus was just like, you're having this recession right fucking now.
Right.
Like,
but they knew after 2008, after the housing crash, they knew what it looked like. They knew it caused it. They knew who was at fault as far as people within government and higher corporations, poor practices. They knew, and one person went to jail.
They knew, but that one guy went to jail because if you put everybody else in jail, you would have had to throw a bunch of people in the government in jail as well because they manipulated everything as well. So, I mean, everything's between the actual big, large banks and corporations that were fucking everybody. They were fucking everybody because the government wasn't enforcing any laws or actually enforcing mandates on those banks to give out loans. So if you did all that shit, you'd have to fucking guillotine all the goddamn government politicians as well, and they're not going to do that. That's why they took one guy, kind of like that asshat that raised the EpiPen price by a ton. They were like, yeah, let's fuck this guy in the ass, and then don't go up with all the other guys that are doing this exact same thing.
We all want a scapegoat.
Exactly, and that's all they ever do is get one scapegoat, and then they expect us to just sit there and be like, well, we did it. Yeah, fuck that guy.
But see, that's when I get mad at the greater American public because we're quick to forget. Like the minute we've been satiated, the minute we're fine, that we're like, oh, I got some level of justice, then we're like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like it's not like a lot of them committed fraud. Like a lot of the stuff they did was technically legal. It was like highly unethical, but it wasn't like explicitly illegal.
Somewhat, yes. Like you are correct. It's just wrong. Just because it's legal doesn't mean it's not wrong. Like,
obviously. But also, like, tons of people took out mortgages they shouldn't have, too. You know what I mean?
That's what I think I was talking to you, Ryan, the other night. I was telling somebody, I went digging around. They are fucking known. They've been doing this forever. They will take something that they know they get in trouble for, and then they'll rename it. So I assume you both know what ninja loans are?
Yeah, no income, no job. Yeah.
Right. So just like Parker said, ninja is no income, no job, no assets.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So they were giving those out like crazy up until the housing crash in 2008. So there would be these brokers that would be like, just, you make $25,000, but we'll just not put that. And
right. Well, the government was mandating that they gave out more loans to poorer people. So they set these things where it's like, you need to give out a certain amount of these loans. Because what they were doing is they were using Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy off the 30-year mortgages, like immediately. So if you buy that off with the taxpayer dollars that they had, now all of a sudden they can just give out another loan because they got all their fucking money back. It's great for the banks. But then they were like, well, if you want us to buy these, you got to start giving some poor people some fucking loans. So like, okay, the only way we can do that is if we just say fuck it and give them. Hey, who gives a shit what's going on?
Well, and that these ridiculous mortgages, these bankers and these brokers would get ridiculous fees on, and they get these insane commissions as the real estate and the brokers would get these.
Right.
And the other thing about Freddie Mae and Fannie Mac, they are just so close. They are like a government object, and yet the government's like, we don't want those on our books. So technically, they're not ours, but they're ours.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand the public-private relationship between Freddie Mae and Freddie Mac. So if public opinion ever got to the point where it's like, hey, Warrior are literally going to go guillotine the people that work in that firm and all that jazz, the government would be like, those fucking private sector assholes destroying everyone's lives, even though they're the ones fucking manipulating everything.
Well, and the other thing that pisses me off too is like Standards and Poor's and any of those rating agencies that were involved with some of these mortgages.
They should have gotten fucked up.
Yeah, because that was a bunch of bullshit.
That
that
makes
was
me
the
so
illegal
mad.
part. Like,
Yeah.
if you're a
So
credit
bad.
agency and your default rate is outside of some boundary, like you should definitely like get
Credit
prosecuted.
Credit scores of
Well,
550.
also, so in a regular market, right, where the government's not buying up those 30-year mortgages and the bank can't give out those irresponsible loans, if you're a credit agency or like you're rating these things and you rate them like shit for a multiple amount of years, people aren't going to believe you anymore and your agency's going to go out of business. But because the government got involved and manipulated everything at that point and the banks were allowed to run roughshod over everything, everything just got corrupted in that area. So it's not
Well,
like...
it also was like the housing market was on like a 20-year boom, so people didn't think housing prices would drop. Like that's why they gave out all those no income, no job loans, is because if like you sign a mortgage for $200,000 and your house value goes up to $300,000, you can use that $100,000 difference to pay off your mortgage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and everyone thought it was going to be like that forever.
And like that's kind of where the market failed. Like because everybody, like people didn't think they'd default on their houses because it was so stable. They gave out so many loans, which made it like unstable. And then,
well, how's a market fail? That's someone getting involved, fucking with the market, made the market something different, and then that
the government doesn't affect property values.
What are you talking about? They affect the loans, and then people get those loans, buy property. It increases the demand for increases the demand for homes, and that makes the prices go up.
Well, the other problem.
Oh, go ahead, Ashley.
Oh no! You finish your thought.
I still haven't seen this thing that you talk about where like they made banks give poor people loans.
Okay,
I think they're just making a shit ton of money off of it.
No, it was like, so it was in Fannie Mae. It wasn't like a law. It was Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac policy. They had there's a fly here. They had shit where it was like in the contracts of buying these loans where it was stating that you had to give out a certain amount of these what would be considered subprime mortgages in order to get people in poverty groups more houses, because there was some fucking study that came out in the 90s that was like people with houses have better lives and they all go to college, and it's like no. They have money, so they have houses.
Well, so here's the other thing that bothered me too, that still very much happens today, that also was a huge part of these ridiculous mortgages and getting people to refinance and getting these adjustable rate mortgages. Yeah, you're telling people, I know. You're telling people a lot of times, even if they already had a solid mortgage, they have their own home, telling people like, oh, that shit you want to have done, just take out a second mortgage on the house.
Yeah.
Like you can, and it was just people who already had their houses paid off, almost paid off, anything like that. They were like, oh yeah, just take this equity out of your house and use it for shit you want. You want to make the house look better? You want a fucking pool? Use it for that. I remember talking about people, and again, this was happening all the time. Say, this is just an example. Say you make like $50,000 a year. Getting like a $500,000 house, but having like 2 or 3 mortgages on it. Like, who does that? That's not normal.
Yeah, but like also like there's some personal responsibility there too. Like
exactly,
exactly what I said.
You should you wouldn't like if you go and you pawn your car because you want more money right now, and then you lose your that's why you don't pawn your fucking car, because you need a car.
I am tired. I am sick and tired of people not acknowledging how stupid other people are.
Yes.
And they act as if this guy made a stupid, irrational decision, got fucked over because of it, and it's all the other person's fault because they made a stupid decision that this person offered them. It's like, have some sort of fucking rational thinking on this shit and know that, I don't know, it's just ridiculous.
No,
there is I still think people that that give out loans all day probably have a little bit more burden of responsibility than
they
Joe Bumfuck out in the trailer park that's buying a jet ski. But like people go it too far both ways. Like people either go, it's all the bank's fault, or
Right.
it's all people's fault. When really, like it was both. You know, I mean, it's the same.
It's the
thing
government's fault.
It's the same.
Here's
It's the
why.
same thing that caused like every other credit crisis is people take out too much stuff on credit and it makes a bubble. And because people have so much credit, it causes values to rise, and then the worth of stuff goes up. So people think they can just buy stuff because it's always going to increase in value, and then it all collapses. It happened like the dot-com bubble. It happened like every financial crisis since 1900. You know what I mean?
Right. But then there's also the problem with this. So you go, oh, okay, the banks have a responsibility not to give out these shitty loans. Okay. Well, if the government was sitting there buying off the 30-year mortgages and guaranteeing that they'd be backed up and bailed out with the taxpayer dollars, they wouldn't have business-wise been able to give out those loans. They would have to be a little bit more responsible, because look what happened when those loans didn't get paid back. All the banks tanked and failed. It's like the banks don't want to just fail, so they're not going to give out all those loans otherwise. So they're not just sitting there. Yes, because the government did what they did, they were giving out these predatory loans and being fucking irresponsible assholes because it was just, there was no negative for them.
But they also didn't investigate a lot of the stuff they were buying. Like it's basically the way I understand it is like let's say you had somebody that would sell you bananas, and people were buying bananas for like $600 a banana. You know they're not worth $600, but like if people are willing to buy it, you'd spend like $500 to buy a banana. Yeah. So you spend $500 to buy like 80 bananas, and then one day the value of bananas goes down to zero. Yes. And now you're stuck with a bunch of worthless bananas. You knew like they weren't valuable at all, but you're just banking on someone buying it, even though you knew like they were totally overinflated, like price wise. Yeah. Like that's what that's what's happened to so many of the banks is they had these positions on stuff that they knew wasn't as valuable as it was supposed to be, and then when the value went down, they got fucked in the ass, as they should have. Yeah, and it's also because it used to be that if you were like a housing bank, you couldn't be an investment firm.
Yes.
But after what's it called, like Glass-Steagall or whatever, they repealed that. Then they had the two different types of banks all in one. So when you fuck over one, you fuck over all of them. Like that's why they were too big to fail, was because it used to be like if you're going to make all these risky investments, you had to not be involved in the other part of like the banking economy, which I think was really smart.
That makes sense. Yeah. I believe that makes sense.
Did you guys see what oil was trading at today? At
the end of 40?
Negative 40 or something?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I wanted to go get some oil. I was trying to figure out where it was at.
I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna invest real quick in the oil market. Wait for these bailouts, because you know that's what's happening.
I don't think they're gonna bail them out.
I don't think so either.
What do you think is gonna happen?
This was coming for a while.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of that oil, if I'm not mistaken, is Saudi. It's not American.
I mean, it's worldwide oil market. I mean, it's everybody, right?
Right.
But the U.S. produces enough oil for just the U.S.
Right.
Like, we wouldn't have to buy Saudi oil.
But we produce that because prices have been at a certain point that shale was like profitable, right?
Yes.
So now they're so low, you can't really sell shale oil and make a profit. So that, I mean, a lot of that shit's probably going to go out of business.
Yeah.
But my understanding is the Saudis were able to flood the shale market, only making ours continuously less valuable right now. So really,
well, it's actually this is my understanding of it, and it's like petty shit. Like the people that run these other countries, even our country, like the people who run the countries are just like they're like teenagers going at it. Like so, the way that I understand it is this whole shit hit and the demand for oil went down like crazy. So the whole cartel, I forget what it's called, but the cartel of all the OPEC. People of OPEC were like, all right, guys, let's just go ahead. I think Russia was like, hey, let's chill out a little bit. Don't make as much oil. That way the price kind of stabilizes. We can all kind of make profit. And Saudi Arabia was like, fuck you, bitch. And they just kept making fucking oil. And then Russia was like, okay, two can play at that game, you goddamn Saudi motherfucker. And then they just started making oil.
Yeah.
the prices
Mhm.
just started tanking.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought they did the bidding war right before coronavirus, and then
Oh, it might have been. It might have
because
been.
I don't
think
know.
I don't think they would have done that because
They definitely are
oil's
the
at
ones
nothing right now. Like that was a terrible decision. You know what I mean?
who
Oh,
has
yeah.
none.
Like the value of oil is like you're saying like -40. Like
Negative
Yeah.
40.
it's not gonna stay that from what I've read. Like that's just literally because they have too much oil. Like they literally just
Yeah.
don't have the space to put it anywhere.
My
Yeah, I mean-
my only thought on
Go ahead.
this is if it's not just one industry though that's like in a bind and like, oh, we're gonna bounce back. Literally every industry is in free fall
Yeah.
right now, and I don't think it's gonna be able to hold itself up. The
I
entire.
do enjoy how he went from talking about assholes and vagina bleeding to this actual, like, this has like been a very substance filled conversation recently. So there you go, anyone watching this. We're smart.
Yeah,
maybe,
I'm not just
sometimes.
a pretty face and a bloody puss.
Yeah.
We should probably
Damn.
start with the smart stuff though.
Yeah, because then
And
people
then
just
go
think
to
you're
the
dumb.
butt-
No, there's no
Buttholes.
fun in that.
No, you bring them in with the buttholes because you're like,
Exactly.
oh, this isn't gonna be the news, and then bam,
Exactly.
news, bitch.
Exactly. They're like, Ashley's talking about our big old milkers, and everybody's like, yeah, let me get out the lotion. And then we're like, oh my God, foreign oil.
Get out the oil. There's probably some cheap fucking lube, dog.
That's how, oh my God. That's how I should teach people. I should get an OnlyFans account and be like, ooh, you're using a lot of oil. Did you know that foreign oil is currently trading at negative?
He would still jerk off to that.
Do you know what a CDO is?
Synthetic
It's
CDO.
the same as a bespoke tranche opportunity.
I was thinking of a stand-up bit. I don't know why that reminded me of it, but that I think could be good, which is that like cats are just like what vibrators are to real dick, like cats are to having real friends. You know what I mean?
No.
It's a sorry substitute.
Yeah, basically. It's
Oh.
like just a vapid substitute. No, okay, all right.
We'll work on it. Let me know. I'm saying dig at it. Dig at it.
I just am not like
You wanna
I
see my
like
kitty?
cats, but everyone that likes cats likes them way too much. Like that's the
fun
thing
to
I don't
watch.
get. Huh?
They're fun to watch.
I guess.
Little
I don't
kitties.
know. I'm just more like I've never met like a cat that was not an asshole, basically.
I feel the same way about men. So you are
There you
right.
go. There you
Ah.
go. You never met a gay guy?
Oh, come on.
What?
A lot of gay guys are assholes.
Yeah, that's very
Not
true.
all of them though.
Oh, I didn't say all of them. Don't you
But there's
fucking
definitely a few.
don't you try to make it seem, you fucking motherfucker.
You've learned my ways, right?
Oh, Ryan, did you just say all gay men are assholes? No.
Oh, what happened to your?
Where'd he go? That's the part where Ryan.
He peaced out. Ryan.
He's like, don't you say
Ryan.
that I'm an
Ryan.
asshole.
Still can't get over Ryan Grimes.
Ryan. I was gonna ask him if he suddenly became Jewish and he converted. I am Ryan.
Chaim Grimes.
Ryan Grimes.
Chaim Grimestein.
They sound super Germany when I tried to say it. I am Ryan Grimes.
Get to the chopper.
I'm here to exterminate the Jews.
Where'd he go?
Maybe he's got to poop.
Fuck. This video.
Maybe his girlfriend's calling him to tell him she doesn't like him. I couldn't keep a straight face, and I was like, Ryan, you must be so happy. And I'm sitting here by myself,
he
creeping on,
messaged me. What's he
and
doing?
it says,
Phone died. Charging phone.
why would he been charging it the whole time?
My laptop's actually about to die, so I think we might just call it.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, it's
laptop's-
9:40.
Yeah.
I
So
need to get ready and piss the night away till
There
like
you
5
go.
in the morning. So yeah. yeah, I didn't sleep at all last night. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, peace out, Ashley.
All right, be safe.
You too.
Thanks. Bye.
Peace.
My daddy.